Planet Zoo is easily one of the best games ever made. It does its best to give you a real chance of being a zookeeper and designer. With animal needs to factor, visitor viewpoints to consider, and any number of ways you can go about laying out your zoo, the only real limitations are your imagination and how much data the game can handle in any one zoo. You see, the game itself can only handle so many things in a single zoo before it bogs down. This isn't necessarily hardware related, as on PC, some absolutely top of the line systems will have game stutter and lag while the game is requiring resources well below the threshold for that system. So what can you do about this? Not much, I'm afraid. Eventually, no matter how amazing your zoo is, you'll need to make another one or risk system crashes. But before you get to that point, there are things you can consider to maximize your resources. A good way to get around this is multi-species environments. Real zoos do this all the time. You see, in real life, space is always at a premium. Land is expensive and we aren't making any more of it, so more species per enclosure allows more species per zoo. Secondly, real zoos have real paying customers who want to see real animals. And if an exhibit only has one animal in it, and that animal isn't out for the day for whatever reason, real people miss out on an entire exhibit. If that same place has 2 or 3 animals in it, maybe the star of the exhibit isn't playing outside today, but some of the other animals are, so it isn't a complete loss. Of course, in real life, animal safety, interactions, cohabiting factors are carefully studied by experts. In Planet Zoo, we get the Zoopedia, which gives us basic information on animals and whatever logical conclusions we can make from there. For instance, lions and zebras both live in the exact same geographical location and climate, but one likes to eat the other. So maybe not a match made in heaven for everyone. To an extent, the game helps you with this, but it only goes so far. While the game lets you know when there is an interspecies bonus, it doesn't tell you all the animals that you can keep together that will live peacefully, even if they don't give each other bonuses. So, ever since I played on the PC, I've been looking to make habitats with as many animal species as possible, because I want to make a full and real zoo whenever I can. I currently have 2 franchise zoos with these kind of habitats already, but I would like to show one of them to you now. So let me know if you want to see more of this, and I'll do what I can to make it happen. Also, since this is in franchise mode, money and animal availability are factors, so this isn't perfect and it isn't complete. But if you like this video, I can always update it when I expand upon this particular habitat. The habitat we're going to be examining in this video is in a tropical zoo and currently holds 4 animal species, but there are plans to add several more before I'm done. In alphabetical order, we have Binturong, which is also known as the bear cat, and it's a species of mammal that lives in forests of South and Southeast Asia. It has a long, stocky body with comparatively short, broad legs. They have wiry hair with a brown face and white-tipped rounded ears. Females tend to be a little bit bigger than men. The Bornean orangutan. The orangutan is native to the island of Borneo. Their range also spans areas of Bornean Indonesia and Malaysia. They are a large land ape identified by their red fur and brown skin. And while mature males also have a distinctive, large cheek pad and throat pouches used for making loud vocalizations to attract females. They are incredibly intelligent animals and have been observed creating and using tools in the wild to acquire food. However, like all primates, they can't swim without being taught, so their range is limited by rivers that they cannot cross in the wild. The gharial are critically endangered species of crocodile native to the rivers of the Indian subcontinent, and with recent estimations stating that there are just about 200 left in the wild, unfortunately the population is restricted to just 4 stretches of the river in Nepal and North India. And the collapse in numbers has been caused by an increase in river pollution, reducing the amount of fish in the water, as well as by sand mining, which has destroyed the sandbanks that are needed for egg-laying females. We also have the greater flamingo, which is a large species of migratory bird that's widespread around Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and Africa. It lives in mudflats and on coastal lagoons of temperate and warm environments. It's a filter feeder, and it uses its beak to stir up mud and filter out algae, invertebrates, and seeds. They all look the same, we all know, they're pink, and they're pink because of the food that they eat. To create this space, I decided what my showstopper animal would be, and in this case I chose the orang, which in real life apparently is the animal most likely to escape captivity, and from there I built up other animals that would interact with my star in an agreeable way. Now, you might be wondering, what about that one animal in particular? And while gharials eat meat, they eat only fish. And so far, fish is not a feature that has been added to the game, so it's perfectly fine to keep them with other smaller animals like flamingos. Some additional species that I'm considering adding are the Asian small-clawed otter, the lar gibbon, the Malaysian tapir, siamang, Indian elephant, Indian peafowl, barabusa, southern cassowary, the Sussex chicken, wild boar, and wild water buffalo. Obviously, I still need to cross-check them against the animals already in the enclosure. It's entirely possible that gharials, while they do only eat fish, might decide to snack on a chicken. But near as I can tell, all of these animals will work with the orangutan, which is the star. So maybe an animal already in this enclosure needs to relocate to another habitat or another zoo as the space evolves. I'm going to try to fit as many species as I can in here. So, if for example the flamingo stops me from adding 3 other species to the enclosure, then the flamingo gets to go to another enclosure elsewhere in this zoo or in one of my other franchises. Anyway, I encourage all of you playing to try stuffing as much life into your zoo as possible, and multi-species enclosures are a great way to do just that. Thank you for checking this out. I can't wait to hear your thoughts and opinions on this, or suggestions for additions or new builds. Until next time,